Why is it that some absolutely brilliant projects take off and succeed, while others just fizzle out? It's a question that keeps a lot of us up at night. Well, today, we're going to dive into the real architecture of growth and uncover the foundational secret to building projects that don't just launch, but actually last.
I mean, you've seen it happen, right? A project you were so excited about, it has a great team, a solid plan, just incredible energy at the start. But then, a few months down the line, that momentum stalls, and it just dies. It is a super common and frustrating story. So what gives? What's the real reason so many great ideas just fail to stick?
You know, if we want to build things that are going to last, we first have to get really honest about why they so often fail. So let's go looking for those hidden cracks in the foundation.
What the source material tells us is that it all comes down to the kind of fuel we're using for our projects. See, on one hand, you've got this firework of short-term motivation. It's a quick, exciting burst that looks amazing, but it fades fast. And on the other hand, you've got the campfire of long-term determination. That's a slow, steady burn that's fueled by a really deep sense of purpose. It's what keeps you going when things inevitably get tough.
And here's the core insight, the real takeaway. Most projects, they don't fail because the plan was bad or the team wasn't talented. They fail because they were built on the wrong fuel source. They were running on the firework of excitement instead of the steady campfire of determination. That is the problem we really need to solve. So the big question is, how do we actually cultivate that long-term determination? Well, it all starts with the foundation, and that foundation is mindset. Let's talk about what it means to build on truly solid ground.
Now, our source defines this foundational mindset as something much more than just, positive thinking. It's a state of genuine readiness. It's about being both physically and mentally prepared to face challenges head-on. This is a mindset that's built for a marathon, not a sprint.
This quote from the source material really drives the point home. It says that preparing the team with the right mindset isn't just a task for leadership, it is the core role. Everything else, absolutely everything, gets built on top of this foundation.
So this gives us a really clear three-step framework. First, you have the foundation, which is mindset. Second, you have the blueprint, your values. And third, you have the construction itself, your objectives. You can't skip a step, and believe me, the order here is absolutely crucial.
Okay, with our mindset foundation firmly in place, now we can start to create the blueprint, our values. This is where we get to define the absolute core identity of our project.
And let's be clear, values are so much more than just a few nice-sounding words you put on a wall somewhere. They are your project's compass. They're the guiding principles. So when you're faced with a tough decision, you don't have to guess. You just consult your values, and the path forward becomes so much clearer.
So what do these long-lasting and convincing values actually look like? Well, they're your guiding principles. They're the non-negotiable beliefs that inform every decision. They're what provides you with clarity when you're under pressure, and ultimately, they're what fuel that long-term determination we keep talking about.
All right, foundation is poured, the blueprint is designed, now it's finally time to build. This brings us to our final piece of the puzzle, setting actionable objectives. This is where the vision starts to become a reality, brick by brick. And just look at the difference here. A vague goal like increase market share, well, that's pretty directionless, isn't it? But a value-driven objective, something like become the #1 trusted provider by launching customer-centric features X and Y by Q4, now that is specific, it's measurable, and it is directly tied to a core value. It tells you exactly what to do and, crucially, why you're doing it.
And here's the key to all of it. Your objectives are the what and the when. But their real strength, their effectiveness, comes from being rooted in the who and the why, your values and your mindset.
Okay, let's bring it all home and look at the complete blueprint for growth. This is the framework you can literally use to make sure your next big project doesn't just launch, but that it actually lasts.
Here it is, in its simplest form. It's a pyramid. At the very bottom, that wide, stable base, that's your mindset. Built directly on top of that are your values. And only then, at the very peak, supported by everything below it, do you have your objectives. Each layer is absolutely essential for the one above it.
If you take just one thing away today, let it be the number 3. 3 layers in this exact order: mindset, values, objectives. That, right there, is the architecture of lasting success.
And that leaves us with one final question for you to really think about. As you look at your own projects, at your own organization, ask yourself this:
Are you building on the solid rock of a prepared mindset and clear values? Or are you building on the shifting sands of short-term motivation? Because the future of your project really depends on that answer.